If you feel you've been wronged, you have the right to sue. That is, unless you're a student suing Metro schools.
And Metro lawyers now say a student at the center of a school testing controversy has no right to sue. But the girl's lawyer is pushing back.
News Channel 5 chief investigative reporter Phil Williams first exposed the scandal, and he's still on the story.
Do you feel like the school system cheated you?
Yes, I do.
18-year-old Tony Jones is the face of the class action lawsuit against Metro Schools. A former student at Pearl-Cohn High School, Jones was pulled in 2014 from Algebra 1, a course she was actually passing, allegedly because of concern she might not do well on a critical end-of-course exam. It's an exam that's also used to judge the performance of the school.
He took me to one of the computer labs and he was like, "This is your class from now on."
Tony said an assistant principal told her she would just have to study algebra on her own.
Sooner or later after that, I just gave up. I stopped caring about my math grade. I was like, oh, okay. I just didn't care anymore.
But in this motion to dismiss Tony's lawsuit, Metro lawyers say a student simply does not have a constitutional right to be promoted to the next grade level or to receive a particular course placement at all. They claim her injuries are too hypothetical for the courts to consider.
The essence of the lawsuit is that a student who was in a class she was entitled to be in was arbitrarily removed from that class with no legal justification for it and no opportunity to be heard.
But Jones's lawyer, Gary Blackburn, argues in his own motion that Metro's argument would lead to absurd consequences. He writes, "This implies that children who struggle with certain subjects, whatever the reason, may simply be segregated from the rest of the student population and ignored by the faculty and administration of the school." As for Tony, her attorney says she has a right to be heard.
What would you want the school system to know about what they did to you?
I would want them to know simply it wasn't right, because now I have to sit and I have all these things to make up that I don't know.
If the judge were to grant Metro's motion to dismiss, that would mean that school officials would not be forced to testify under oath about what really happened inside Metro schools. Phil Williams, News Channel 5 investigates.
The case is scheduled to be heard tomorrow morning before Davidson County Chancellor Ellen Hobbs Lyle. News Channel 5 will be there and will let you know what happens.